Thanks for staying with us. New Assistant Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service takes over in the Western Zone. Also on Customs supports, Customs impound more goods from smugglers. Plus, more report. I am Egeseme Edinye. Stay tuned. The outgoing Assistant Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service, Zone A, has commended officers in charge of Zone A for the high revenue generation for the customs in the last couple of months. He made a remark when he finally handed over to the newly appointed ACG Zone A in Lagos. He also urged importers and agents to make sure that they pay the right duty for all consignment brought into the country.
As far as I am concerned, there is need for a change, because in every change there must be some goodness. And it is that goodness we are looking for, we are working towards achieving. It happened that we join service together, we grow up together, though there are the people who served most of the years in Lagos while we serve in others. But yet we are able to blend wherever we meet, because the intention, the idea, the view, understanding, and all that remain same. I believe her coming here will improve the lot of this zone. For simple fact that we know ourselves. We know where we come from. We know where we are going. There are areas, if someone is mentioned, you will believe that, yes, you expect nothing but success. There are areas when someone is thought of being taken there, you yourself will advise that, no, that is not his area. This zone combines almost all custom aspects of our operations. We have the highest number of ports. We have the airport. We have the border stations. We have the outpost. We have the industrial area. And what I could not even remember. Oh, sorry. We have the federal operation. We have the training college.
Western Marine.
We have them, in fact, all. So you must work hard. That is the truth. You must be at alert. You must remain focused. You must be all ears. You must listen. And you must not to stop consultation. That is the secret. The consultant may even be a junior one, but if he has the idea, there is nothing wrong in consulting him. He may be far, he may be near. But with these devices now, everyone is close. Their support has remained wonderful. Their loyalty is remained unquestionable. There was never a time I request any one of them to be here at a particular minute without him being there. It's something that I'm so sure and confident of. The same cooperation, the same understanding that we have been enjoying among ourselves, I want you all to transfer all to my sister. And then finally, I will want to seize this opportunity to thank all the controllers, all the staff here. We have some problems here and there, but they are only natural. And we can heal ourselves by way of forgiving and forgetting. I'm not saying that there was any problem with any of the controllers or CACs here. None at all. I mean, here and there as leader, sometimes you must find something being done wrongly, or you feel that somebody could not do what he is supposed to do at the right time, and what have you. But generally speaking, my sister, I assure you that you have no problem in this zone.
The newly appointed ACG has this to say.
I'm really, really, really overwhelmed, but I am very happy to see everybody. I am very, very happy. What brought us here is change. That's why we are here. You know, for life, the change must continue until we breathe our last. And that is why what our CG will always, harp on. That's why he came, to bring a change or to bring changes. Mm-hmm. And changes are always for the best.
Inshallah.
For good. So, in furtherance to that change that the CG will always talk about, I am going to lend my own voice to that change. We apply changes or change because we want a better tomorrow for us and for our children. That is why we apply change. But our main change here, which can never be enough, is revenue. And then people's security. Revenue. Over there in the headquarters, we go looking for it. Anywhere it's hiding, we go looking for it. But this is, Zone A is the home base of that revenue. I was telling officers when, they were, you are going away. I say no. It's what we are doing here that I'm taking to base. Because if it goes bad with Zone A, then the paper, every day we must print the revenue figures.
Yes.
If anything goes bad in Zone A, especially, it will reflect in that sheet of paper that we print every day. But if it gets better, it will reflect. That's what I saw. It's one family. It's one family. Incidentally, I worked here. I came here as an assistant controller in 2006. And I was the AC welfare, AC enforcement, and secretary to the zone. I handed over to my sister here. In fact, she's still holding something that belongs to me.
Oh.
So, and later I came back. We worked in this very room. Everything, you see what I'm talking about, change. What I saw here, in the zonal coordinator's office, it had not always been like that. Some changes took place there. And even this room that we are here now. And even us, physically, mentally, changes take place every day. So, the change we are talking about, we must apply, because that's why we are wearing this uniform. And God will give us, like he said, if we always remember that we are nothing without God, we are nothing without prayers. If we do our best and then we tell God about it, he will certainly bless the works of our hands and then bring about the desired change that we want.
Some of the controllers present at the former handing over ceremony has this to say.
We thank God for you. You have been with us. You have led us well. For those of us who are actually in the war front, you have been a big shoulder for us. But there are instances I have to call you, even in the night. See what is going on. See what is going on. He has never said I was disturbing him. We always put head together and the problems are normally solved. And I believe even where you are going, we still count on you more in that aspect. Because it falls now squarely under your department too. For anybody on enforcement duty, it falls directly on your office. So we still have your shoulder to cry upon. As for our sister coming here, you have nothing to worry at all, because all of us are committed to the success. of the management of the Nigerian Customs Service.
The ACG, the Abdul ACG is leaving us, although we are going to miss him. Because when he came here, we are all here. At least I was here with some of my colleagues. We know the changes he has imparted in this place. Even our regular meetings, we know what he did. He turned this meeting to be something interactive, something very interesting. We look forward to coming for this meeting. Because most of us, when we come, this is where we bear our minds out. He listened to us, he listened to our problems, he's a problem solver. A lot has been said about him. Yes, he's a man of integrity. If you know Dahiru, you believe that. He's an honest fellow. Because if the service we have more of him, honestly, the problem of integrity that we're having, we won't have it.
The outgoing ACG and the incoming ACG. I just want to wish Oga Dahiru well. And I want to thank him for all his cooperation with us. Like everybody has mentioned, he has a listening ear. He's never tired of hearing and solving problems. We thank you, sir. And I wish you well in your new assignment. It's familiar terrain, so I know you are going back home. And I wish you God's guidance, and I wish you more success. You have been associated with success, and I wish you more and more success, inshallah.
They are both my squad mates. We joined the service 31 years ago. The outgoing was my squad mate. We call it 3-5 squad. The incoming 2-3-5 squad. Her nickname is Casey. So naturally, they are my brothers and sisters. And you saw me giving an award to the outgoing. I'm the commandant of CTC Ikeja. And we're about rounding up the course. What we are just doing now is POP rehearsals, that is passing out parade rehearsals. And you see he oversaw the training for the past 6 months. It's a 6 months intensive training. And then he was the one that supervised whatever was going there for the past 6 months.
Really, we are going to miss the ACG Dahiru. But as God wanted, we have a new hard-working ACG who is coming. She's also a colleague. She's very hard-working. I know her very well. So we are going to miss him, but we are welcoming the other one. So the cooperation we give Dahiru, we assure her that we are going to give her 100% examination. As I said in my comment in the hall, that she should try and exceed to where he stopped. If she cannot, then she should mind that level. Our CG say if you are going for a war, you won a war. Don't draw back. You either stay there or you move forward. So let her try and move forward.
The outgoing ACG also said that Nigerian Customs Service will continue to contribute her quota to the development of Nigerian economy. It speaks more on the number of issues.
I encourage officers to give her all the support, all the area controllers, to support her so that she could make her landmark as well.
The customs made a total collection of 140 billion in 1 month. How did you feel, even though the CG was quite happy about that?
Yes, you know, they said failure is an open. Success is something that everyone wants to be associated with. I'm happy that I made that, I made part of that history, and I pray that even my successor will come up with her own success as well. I wouldn't be surprised if such a feat is repeated in no distant future, because she is a well-grounded revenue officer. She left T&T coming to supervise Zone A. For sure, Apapa, Tinkan, PTML, Murtala Mohammed, even excise, I believe there are going to be some positive changes very soon.
We know we went with you to some of the zones, some of the commands in the Western Zone. Yes. Have they been able to impact all what you told them while you were there?
Yes, sincerely speaking, we could see it, even from our daily reports. Because seizures, in fact, now it is believed that customs do not make useless seizure. When we want to make seizure, we make it in a grand way. What I mean is that the quantity, the position, the location, all tells a lot about seizure. So it showed that we are not relenting it showed that we are using intelligence before we strike. Instead of going to pick 1, 2, 3 vehicles, or you pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags of rice. No, we are now going for 100, if not thousands. So that shows we are working together.
Integrity is doing something as if somebody is watching you when nobody is watching you. This is where it all starts. If we could all have integrity, when we are making declarations, make honest declarations, then there won't be any, you won't hear of delays or anybody holding your job anywhere. Everything will just work seamlessly. So we must be mindful of integrity at all levels, both the stakeholders and customs.
So what will you be telling the officers now since you have taken over?
Our CGC is a mantra of change, and everybody must key into that change. Change brings about good things. So it's all about change. Everybody must change at every level, and then the results will be there to see.
You are watching the program Customs Report. The newly appointed Customs Area Controller in charge of Zone A, FOU, has been awarded a doctorate honorary degree by a Benin Republic university. The school said that the controller was awarded due to his contribution to the development of Nigeria and also to the fight against smuggling between Nigeria and Benin Republic. He speaks more on the award bestowed on him. The controller has also generated revenue and seizure worth billions of naira to the management of Nigerian Customs Service.
The first time when I came, you have seen a lot of our achievement that we seized good worth over 1.something billion, 1.5 billion in 2 weeks. This time I call you to showcase what we have in the second press conference.
The smuggled goods includes 9 bulletproof jeeps, 11,000 bags of 50 kg foreign rice and poultry products. He said also 28 suspects were arrested in connection with the seized items. He also said that 2 bags of military uniform were also intercepted by men of the Nigerian Customs Service.
We have 22 seized vehicles. Out of these 22, 9 are bulletproof, worth over 927 million naira. Then the other ones that are not bulletproof was 204 million naira. When you put them together, then you give me the total. Apart from this item, we also have other items we seize. We have about 11,000 bags of rice. The last time you came, just 2 weeks, I started with 3,000. Now your second coming, I have 11,000 bags of rice, which is just approximate number I'm giving you. Why is it? Because every day they are bringing. As of now, maybe before we close, more and more are coming. So I'm only giving you an approximate number of 11,000. At the same time, we arrested some, we call it fake drugs because they don't have NAFDAC number. I will take you around, you go and see it. Then we also have 2 big sacks of camouflage, this army uniform. This is a national security. They are not much, but the damage they are going to do will be much. That's why we have pretended them and, keep them with us. We have vegetable oil, about 850 jerrycans of 25 liters. The fake drugs we have is for 40 million naira. Then the Indian hemp, we also have Indian hemp of 245 parcels worth 19 million naira, which I'll also show you. If you are in the bush, they always came in 2. driver and the passenger. By the time you flag him, he stops. You know that he's in trouble. The driver will run away. If you try to get the driver, the passenger will run to the steering and move with the vehicle. So now we put more effort on the vehicle. That's why we don't have arrest. I know you like to ask me, how do we get them? We have two categories of vehicle of arrest here. We have the one that we arrested in the bush. We did not allow our borders just like that. Then we have the one that we arrested, which we can even say the owner helped us by escaping from the border, bringing them to the town, wash them and keep them in the warehouse. Then we went there quietly and picked them without any casualty. We have some from the bush and we have some that are escaped from the bush and was hidden somewhere. With the intelligence report, we were able to locate that warehouse and pick them.
The spokesman of the Nigerian Customs Service has been speaking with customs support on happenings around customs submissions in the country. He urged Nigerian public to always assist Nigerian Customs Service in the operation. He speaks more on the number of issues.
Before now, we are operating on NISIS 1, and it had to be upgraded to NISIS 2. What that upgrade brought to the table is the fact that it's able to block some leakages associated with NISIS 1, and it's smoother, quicker, and more transparent. And the result is that stakeholders now are having their goods cleared quicker than before, at least from customs zone. August this year, just last month, we recorded the highest ever monthly revenue collected in the history of the Nigerian Customs Service, with well over 140 billion naira for the month of August. It takes a whole lot to have arrived at this historic feat of over 140 billion for the month of August. Apart from the upgrade in the system, the Comptroller General of Customs have taken some strategic steps in its ongoing reform, and the harvest is what we're having. Some of the steps taken by the Comptroller General include strategic deployment of manpower, officers, deployment, reshufflement, and all that. And then, of course, the upgrade of the electronic system, strict implementation of extant guidelines by the Department of Tariff and Trade, and more importantly, the increasing disposition of officers and men of the service to change for the better. You know, one thing with reforms is that you don't just get the result instantly. 3 years down the line now, we are beginning to have rich harvest of the reforms which the Comptroller General of Customs started about 3 years ago on his assumption. You know, he came with a three-pronged presidential mandate of restructure, reform, and raise revenue. The service has undergone restructuring, has continued to undergo reforms, and I mean, talking about raise of revenue, this is what we're having. We hope that we continue to increase. I mean, you can never have enough. The nation needs all the revenue that the Nigerian Customs Service can bring to the table, especially at this time of challenging oil revenue accruing to the purse of the federal government. For customs to be scored low in the area of efficiency at a time when the clearance process is highly automated, the electronic platform has just been upgraded, at a time when goods are being cleared from the customs zone quicker and more efficient than ever, at a time when vices associated with the process of the past are being blocked, it makes one begin to wonder whether those who supply the kind of information that gave birth to this kind of report are not those who may have been affected by the blockage of the leakages, which some indeed may have been beneficiaries. So my advice would be that in conducting research, we should be careful about who becomes our respondents. Otherwise, the answers you get, which will now guide or lead you to a conclusion, might be sometimes a face-saving answers, sometimes arising from some personal concern over an otherwise patriotic action taken by the agency of government. Beyond the management, I think Nigerians are appreciating more and more the activities of officers and men of the Nigerian Customs Service, and the harvest of seizures and revenue coming in from the western zone that you have just mentioned should and is something worthy of note, and the management is appreciative of the sacrifices that officers and men are making, and continues to explore ways of rewarding either through commendation letters or through promotion. And then generally, the Controller General of Customs is very concerned about the welfare of officers and men, and he's continued to keep his efforts on until he achieves a better remuneration for the service.
Just before I round up this week edition of the program Customs Report, we brought you a report where the newly appointed Assistant Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service has formally taken over the command in Lagos. For me, Igiseme Idiye, thanks for watching.